this is it. We are definitely in our tropical storm level impacts. I'm not going to wander too far out into it just yet. I'm going to let some folks join the live stream here in a moment. We are here right up against Tampa Bay. This is Tampa Bay right behind me. We are sitting on the waterfront. We are definitely getting intermittent gusts between 45 and 55 miles an hour. This is that pressure gradient event that we were expecting to develop around this low pressure system. And again, we did the relocation. We came up from the Venice, Florida area. We saw a little bit more organized thunderstorm activity going off with this system closer to Tampa, St. Petersburg. And again, we are in the greater Tampa area. You can see the rain behind me. We're definitely getting into tropical storm-like impacts as we speak. Conditions are just going downhill. I don't even have words at this point. We're definitely seeing conditions go downhill, and I want to try to get you guys closer to the waterfront here in a moment, but I also don't want to leave the safety of this little overhang that I'm underneath. Winds are definitely getting strong. We are definitely seeing very, very significant impacts at this point. I'm going to try to take shelter right underneath here. All right, here we go. You guys can still see me. Again, we are coming live to you guys in Tampa Bay. The waterfront is right here. The water is right there, right over here. We have a little bit of flooding going on in this intersection behind me. I've been seeing cars going through, maybe half a foot of water. Winds are very rapidly picking up. They were just more intense a second ago. I'm trying to get as close as I possibly can for you guys. Tampa Bay, more of the organized thunderstorm activity is working its way in. There have been some rotating cells off the Gulf of Mexico coastline, particularly headed in an east-northeast fashion. Look at the winds here, guys. Look at how fast these winds are picking up. They're definitely blowing. They're blowing onshore now. I've been looking at the base velocity radar, and you can see that we are now starting to see the transition on the extreme eastern extent of this low pressure system. And now the pressure gradient intensity is strengthening, and we're starting to see those tropical storm level effects inland right now. We have a lot of wind activity going on just over my head here. You probably can't see it. There's some loose trees, loose vegetation up there on the hotel balcony. Look at this wind tunnel that's forming right here. Look at this wind tunnel, just to kind of put it into perspective. I've lost my hair product. My hair is going crazy at this point. I want to try to get us closer to the bay, but I have a bad feeling this phone is going to get soaked. Definitely getting real in the field, Devil Charger, I agree. We've got really good wind activity going on right now, and I think it's only going to continue to go downhill from this point. Okay, take a look at this. Now maybe you guys can see a little bit more. Look at this wind tunnel right here. This is showing you how fast the winds are blowing. As soon as I step out just outside of my little shelter that I have here, I'm facing a building. I've got a building, I'm right up against a hotel building, but you can see the wind whipping around the building right here. If I were to stand over there, I'd probably get the full extent of tropical storm level winds. Definitely good stuff though, definitely good stuff. The winds were gusting up just a little bit more than what they are right now. I'm right up against the water. I'll try to hold my camera up so you guys can see the waterfront is right here. That's exactly Tampa Bay. That is the Tampa Bay area, and the wind is now coming directly in offshore. This is what we were concerned about, is getting on the eastern side of the wind flow with this system, trying to push some water into the Bay Area, push more water in after it had already receded yesterday. We're on the front lines now, though, and I want to say that the most significant thunderstorm activity is still off in this general area. Let me try to get you guys in for a bit of a closer view. How are we doing, though? How's everybody in the chat? We got 31 folks tuning in. 6 likes. Like this stream. Let's get it out there, guys. I'm going to come close. Getting closer to the bay. Look at these palm trees right here. They're going. Get up underneath here real quick. There we go. Get out of the rain. We're going to stay right here. Look at this horizontal rain we got going on. I wonder if you guys can see that. We've got really good onshore flow right now. Sustained tropical depression level winds. Tropical storm gusts every now and again. Still don't see any lightning activity, though. No lightning, no thunder just yet. Really good onshore flow now, though. We are definitely seeing the pressure gradient associated with our low pressure. I should have brought my towel over here. Give me a second, guys. You're going to lose me. I'm going to dry Camera off. There we go. There we go. Dry the camera. I don't have an anemometer, unfortunately. I wish I did. And look at these winds. We're going now. We're really blowing. We're definitely blowing. Can you guys see this right now? We are going for it. Look at this wind tunnel back here. Look at the winds. We're really going. These are definitely tropical storm level intensity. I'm willing to bet we are anywhere between 40, 45, maybe even occasional gusts of 50 miles an hour right now. I don't know if you guys are picking that up. Look at that horizontal rain just blowing down the street. This is basically a wind tunnel that I'm parked in right now. Really good onshore flow. It was miserable trying to get up here. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It was miserable. I was on I-75 for about an hour and a half. I saw 4 accidents in rapid succession. People don't brief that with situations like this. Folks, don't take the time to brief that in situations like this, regardless of how intense, look at these winds, guys. Look at the winds here. They're really picking up now. Really picking up. I have water, rain blowing right through. Rain blowing right through, coming straight on shore from the bay. This is what's going to help to bring on some of our coastal flooding. Yeah, we're definitely picking up the wind. Anyways, earlier today when I was driving in, or earlier this evening when we were driving up to this area, relocating in wake of that thunderstorm activity that was expected to blossom and move into this general region, we ran into so many different accidents on our way up. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. There was a vehicle overturned on the median on Interstate 75. And then shortly thereafter, there were 2 more really bad accidents, followed by another on the opposite side. And no kidding, I almost got into a head-on collision because there was a Lexus that I got spun around and stopped and was facing the opposite direction on the northbound side of 75. We're probably going to end up calling it sort of after this, though. I'm probably going to hike it to 60 and start heading further inland again, closer to home. Because just as was mentioned in the chat right now, how close are we? We're definitely in more of a conditional situation right now. We're just looking at all this good onshore flow as the low deepens and gets closer. Some of these street signs are really starting to blow, too. Look at these winds right here, guys. Look at the winds. Look at this. Wind tunnel right through here. Palm trees are going. Good stuff. This would be like a low-end tropical storm that I'm reporting inside of right now. Look at the rain bands coming off the roof right here, too. Wind's picking up again. Wind's definitely picking up. Got this wind tunnel right through here. Wind tunnel right through here. Really feel it coming in. Daytime winds. I'm going to go and stand right in front of one of those columns and keep talking to you guys. See if I can use this to block the rain a little bit. Here we go. Now we're back under shelter. Yeah, these winds are really good. Look at these palm trees right here behind me. We're definitely in the 40, 50 mile an hour threshold right now. Really good stuff. I'll turn this way so you guys can see a little bit more. I'll stay right here so you guys can see me. You guys got a clear view of me. We got 53 viewers. Welcome in. Thank you very much for joining us. For those of you who may just be tuning in right now, we are in the Tampa Bay area. Let's watch this car go through here. Look at the flood. Look at the water rising right over here, right in this intersection. Look at that. We have water filling in that intersection right there. It's about a foot deep, and it's only going to get worse as more of these showers continue to train over the west coast. It was miserable getting up here, though, earlier. I've not seen that many accidents in a long time. Had emergency crews passing right by me on my right-hand side, getting the on-ramp on I-75. Can definitely feel the cold air mixed into this system, though. It's chilly. It's very chilly wind. It's not like a tropical system where you can feel the warmth coming in from the system. This is definitely cold core in nature. It's possible. I don't think it's a full-fledged name system. It's definitely more subtropical in nature, that's for sure. Definitely more subtropical in nature. Yeah, there's definitely water pooling up at this intersection right here. I want to try to take you guys across the street, right up against the water to see what the wind is like, but I know this phone is going to get saturated. Another little learning lesson for next next impact, next severe weather storm chase. I need to get something that's waterproof. Check this out though. Look at these winds blowing through here. Look at this. Got the horizontal rain component here. We're definitely getting into the front end of this system though. This is all that onshore flow. The winds have completely switched orientation. If you were to look at a base velocity on radar, you can see that we have all this inflow coming in from off the coastline. But yeah, guys, definitely a number of learning lessons with this storm chase. We have a lot to improve, but you know what? This is a great example of how to get started. Yeah, look at this. Look at the water with this. People are just driving through it like nobody's business. Subtropical, does that mean it does not lose strength over land? Yes and no. There will be a little bit of disintegration or dissipation in some of the thunderstorm activity with it, but it isn't entirely going to completely weaken because it also has jet support and variclinicity or temperature discontinuity with it. This is a very good testing opportunity, I agree. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is my car definitely needs its AC fixed, because I've been fogging up and condensating all over the windshield, all over the rear windshield, all over the side windows. My phone was overheating at one point because where I have it mounted, it sits right in front of one of my defrosters, and there's nothing but heat coming out of it, so unfortunately I can only do so much. It actually seems like the rain is starting to slow down a little bit. Seems like rain is actually calming down. The wind is also tapered off just a little bit as well. I mean, we're still getting some pretty good winds, some pretty good gusts. You can see it right in through here over my shoulder. Nothing tremendous though. This is nothing really to write home about. Just, you know, we're definitely getting into those pressure gradient force winds associated with this system now. Now we're starting to see it increase again. This is likely to persist throughout tonight into tomorrow, and it does seem like the extended severe event was expanded into most of the day tomorrow as this system transitions to the east-northeast and eventually the northeast. That is true. Definitely, that is true. Some of the worst weather in the next few hours, I agree. Yeah, the rainfall is actually slowing down right now. The winds have not calmed down too much, but the rainfall is subsiding just a little bit. I'm going to try to step out a little bit while the rain is calm. Yeah, even right now, you guys can tell I'm out underneath the cover. The rain isn't too bad right now. I'm going to hold the camera over here. Lots of good water runoff, though, headed towards the intersection here. Very disorganized system though. I've been looking at it over the last couple of hours, and at the 700 and 850 millibar level, the center is becoming very elongated, very open wave-ish. And what that means is, like you guys have mentioned already in the chat, we're going into a more of a conditional severe thunderstorm threat, severe weather threat. So I do think after this, we're probably going to start packing it in. After this one last live stream, we'll start heading in. I know that I'm close to Route 60, which will take me right back into Polk County, right where I live, and I think we're going to call it from there. Yeah, the winds are tapering off now again all of a sudden. We're calming down now. Now we're just coming into a light rain. Earlier, a few moments ago, I was recording before going live, and there were actually some pretty strong winds associated with this. We were definitely well into that 50-mile-an-hour threshold, but now we're definitely calming down just a little bit. I'm going to go back underneath here so I can stop getting my camera wet. I might go live from home. Might do that. I'll probably end up tracking it more so from home, more than likely. Just because, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to really put myself in the path of a tornado or a water spout at this point. At least based off of what I'm seeing on radar, everything is very blurred together. Everything is very blurred together, so I might just wait until first thing tomorrow morning, check radar, and see if maybe we can reattempt this. Yeah, the rain is almost all together south. We've had some good gusts of winds right now, but that's about it. Nothing else too significant with it. Really good onshore flow, though. And it's a cold wind. It's a dense wind. You can tell while it's hitting you. All right, here we go. Now the winds are starting to pick up again. Yeah, now we got a really good gust coming through. I don't know if you guys can see this happening right here. Winds are definitely blowing now. It'd be pretty intense if the power went out all of a sudden. Yeah, there we go. Now we're starting to gust back into tropical storm strength. I do think if I wanted to catch more of the action, I'd probably have to go even further to the north. But personally, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I smell sulfur in the air. I don't know if it's the seawater, maybe it's the rain, but I smell some kind of sulfur in the air right now. Yeah, how close are we? I agree. By the way, don't mind I'm really showing off my hairline right now. This is why I always have my hair all done up whenever I go into video mode. But no, I agree. We're definitely in more of a conditional setup right now. In fact, I would argue that this really isn't too convective either. This is way more stratiform, what we're seeing right now, just because of how cold the air is coming in off the coastline. I have not seen any lightning strikes whatsoever with this. So if anything, guys, it's 9:16 in the evening. We'll probably start packing it in very soon. Start exploring we'll do like a after action report for you guys tomorrow, if anything. Northwest. I heard Tarpon Springs brought up when I was on Instagram Live. Boy, I'll tell you, driving on I-75 was miserable. Heavy rain up the I-75 corridor. Multiple car accidents. Cars turned in the wrong direction. Cars overturned. I'm going to start briefing that in future videos for sure. Just like the old adage, it doesn't take a named storm to cause very, very severe conditions. In this case, this wasn't even close to a named storm. We saw a lot of really bad accidents as we were headed up to this general direction. That's why I do not like chasing in the middle of the night. We're picking up one more time. Got some good gusts coming through. What I'll do is once we get to about the half an hour mark, once again, I'll be finished updating you guys, and then I'll take a look at the satellite radar and make a judgment call, and I'll decide if I'm either going to head back towards interior Central Florida, towards Polk County, or if I'm actually going to continue this going. The night is still very early. This probably isn't even the worst of the winds just yet. I can only imagine what's going on the East Coast as that pressure gradient wraps around. I don't have an anemometer with me, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would. You guys can't hear me? Can you guys still hear me okay? Head to these overhangs over here real quick while the while the rain has dissipated a little bit. Yeah, even the winds are starting to calm down right now. At least from where I've been so far, down in Southwest Florida through Punta Gorda, Charlotte Harbor. I almost made a run for Fort Myers. Didn't quite make it that far to the south. I decided to divert up towards the Venice Beach area. Honestly, I do think a lot of the dry air wrapping around the base of this system has helped to kind of suffocate it. At least suffocate what was going to be a possible really good severe weather threat. It is a rich area. We got Mercedes. Imagine storm chasing in that thing. Yeah, the winds are calming down now too. A little bit of a bust, I'll admit it. A little bit of a bust. I thought we were going to get a little more than this, but then again, it is 9 o'clock. It's what? Technically 02Z now? Yeah, 02 Zulu. So right about now was when the pressure gradient force winds were going to start going up. We were going to start seeing more wind flow up against the coastline. But then again, you can still make a case that these are tropical storm level conditions, just low-end tropical storm. Rain has really calmed down, though. We're into like a light rain now. 3 key things for our after-action report. Number 1, I need to get my AC fixed. Number 2, I definitely need to get a waterproof camera. And number 3, can't think of a number 3 right now. We'll get there. Zero Z Her is not showing much for updrafts anymore. It has a bunch, as much of Florida at 0. I am in downtown Tampa right now. We're right up against the Bay Area. If we can get the rain to drop down just a... Whoa, what did I do to the lens? Let me hold on a second. Got to dry the lens off real quick. There we go, better. If we can get the rain to come down just a little bit more, I might try to take us right up against the waterfront. Might not see me too well, but we can try. Yeah, I agree. The bigger part of the storm, it's all surging north. The dry air wrapping around the southern base of it is really tapping the energy to the south. Conditionally unstable environment. We're not seeing a lot of that ignition that we were initially anticipating. It's all kind of being fed around the front side and the right front side of the storm. Winds are trying to come back a little bit. Let's see if we can try to make a run for the bay. Let's see. Rain is still coming down a little bit, but we should be able to make it over there. Or at least part of it anyways. Here, real fast, I'm going to take a breather in the car real quick. 15 miles east. Oh, gosh. Let me turn my light on real quick so you guys can see me. Coming in a second. Just got to hit the light. If I can. Oh, now it sounds like the winds are picking up again outside. Here we go. Light on. Oh, wow. Winds really all of a sudden got going. Young lady over here almost lost her umbrella. Winds have definitely started picking up out of nowhere again. Pretty good wind speeds all of a sudden. Let me close my car door. This thing is soaking wet. I feel bad for this poor car. I'm going to have to really give it a nice detail after this. No, I haven't read what I haven't been looking at the chat. I apologize, Amanda Kirby. I will in a moment, though. I'll look back at this here in a second. Hey, yeah, some decent onshore flow. I don't know, guys. I think we might start calling it here very soon. I like what I'm seeing, and there's still some pretty gusty winds out here, but nothing to really write home about. I'm going to start jumping back in here. Oh. There we go. All right. Let me go ahead and throw you guys up right here. But I agree. For those of you who had mentioned a little bit ago that the tornado threat probably shifted to the eastern part of the peninsula, I do agree with that. Sheesh, yeah, there's a lot of water in here. Hope I don't lose my door controls. But that Gulf Stream is going to help to re-intensify some of the buoyancy in the low to mid levels. And even though we're going to have some pretty decent mixed layer cape out through here, and up along the eastern, or I should say the western part of the peninsula, it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be substantial enough to give us that lift and that tornado threat. And Orlando going to get scary because I want it to? Hopefully not. But yeah, guys, as much as I want to keep going, I just don't see the need to. I could go further north and try, but I'd have to jump off this live stream and see exactly what's going on further to the north. But we'll see. Is Orlando going to get scary? Is Orlando going to get scary? I don't think it's going to get that bad. Winds are picking up outside again. But yeah, and yeah, PM, I agree with you. And you know, that's funny because that means that the GFS kind of did a good job of nailing it then, because the GFS was anticipating that it was going to start to pivot more to the north and kind of ride and hug the coastline. Winds are picking up outside again pretty good. I can see them. But yeah, I mean, this was definitely a really good trial run of some storm chasing with you guys. Definitely some pretty good lessons learned. I'm going to go home and start jotting them down in my notes and prep for another round, because I know this isn't going to be the last El Nino style storm, and maybe next time I'll have a more cut and dried route to take. $1,678 people without power. Wow, okay. We're getting a hard wind and rain band. Very good. Tampa Bay getting a tropical cyclone next year would be weird. It's definitely not out of the ballpark. It's definitely not out of the ballpark. And low-key, I'm getting sick and tired of these. Rain's picking back up again. But yeah, guys, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? What are your thoughts, folks? We have 66 people in the chat right now. Very good. I'm glad. Lord willing, in the future, we can get up to maybe hundreds of people in the chat. And, you know, since we have our close-knit folks in here right now, you know how amazing it would be if we were chasing down a hurricane or an actual tropical cyclone and we had as many people in the chat as we did when we were covering Hurricane Tammy. Because I remember during some of my Hurricane Tammy live streams, we were upwards of almost 1,000 people. Now, that would be a stream worthwhile staying out and sticking to it. And that's what I meant. There we go. Lesson number 3 for the after action report. Lesson number 3, I remember now. Hotspot. Mobile hotspot. Because this way I can take you guys along for the drive. I'm afraid to start driving again right now because I feel like I'm going to lose service. That's the lesson number 3. So number 1, I need to get the AC fixed on this car because you can already see my windows are starting to fog up again. That's a very big hazard. I was not having fun on I-75 trying to look through these mirrors and trying to look through these windows as we were fogging up because this thing only blows hot air. 2, need to get a waterproof setup so this way I don't have to worry about my phone or any other camera bugging out on me. And at number 3, I need a mobile hotspot. This way I can bring my laptop and have laptop data, radar, satellite imagery to my right and have you guys to my left, or vice versa, however we want to do it. Maybe I'll mount you to the windshield next time so I can keep you guys front and center the whole way through, or find some kind of a dash mount. We'll see. We'll figure it out. This was, you know, this wasn't meant to be an entire full drive of, you know, chasing the whole situation down. I mean, I wanted it to. I wanted it to be, but then as we went throughout the day today, I noticed things started to kind of trend back down. And that's also why I'm a little more comfortable with calling the stream, calling the coverage now. Also have groups in different areas contributing, not just you where you were at. Late December, maybe an actual severe outrage. 27th to 28th p.m. I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw that. Fort Lauderdale impacts. They could definitely see some enhancement off of the Gulf Stream storms. We still have some good onshore flow occurring down in that area. Mr. Florida Brian, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Slowly but surely, you know, this is a preliminary storm chase run. We all got to take baby steps. Well, there's always the next storm models have been depicting a developing 26, 27 secondary storm. However, GFS is most bullish, yeah. But, hey, that gives us something to talk about. Perhaps when I get home tonight, we can go ahead and go live and start looking at what's next. And I can finally sit down at my desk and drink a hot cup of cocoa right about now because I'm chilly. I'm definitely chilly. Too early, but pattern is strong El Nino. Yes, definitely. I can officially declare a strong El Nino. PM, congratulations. We finally have the strong El Nino. I respect it. Still got to work on the Twitter and the X. I haven't forgotten. Sheesh, I definitely need to take a good shower after this as well. This means very wet winter and colder than normal. Yes, definitely. I think the biggest thing I'm going to work on in the meantime right now, guys, that I can control very easily, that's not going to break the bank, is, sounds like it's really coming down outside now. Oh, it is too. Yeah, wow. Let's go back out there for a little bit before we end the stream. Oh yeah, wow, somebody turned on the switch. Let's get back under cover real quick. We're definitely blowing now. Jeez. Yeah, somebody turned on the button. Let's get back under my shelter. Here we go. Yeah, we just kicked into high action mode all of a sudden. We're back into tropical storm force winds. I don't know if you guys can see the palm trees over my head right here. We have a really good wind tunnel blowing through here now. Really strong winds. They definitely picked up a little bit more than when we first got back in the car. And once again, that right here is the bay. That's the Tampa Bay. We have clear onshore flow. This would be west-southwesterly flow because of the orientation of the bay. That is the southwest direction off over here behind the building. So we have the winds coming due onshore now. And you know what that tells us is if we do have that west-southwesterly wind or southwesterly wind component, we're definitely on the southerly side of the rotation of the low. So all the action is definitely to the north. Oh, I know, yeah, I just keep forgetting to set it up. I always pull up the website and then I forget to set up a profile. But Lord knows I'll do that as soon as I get home. If not first thing tomorrow. Because I'm definitely hungry, I'm cold. I could go for a nice cup of coffee right about now instead of those dang bang energy drinks. But what do you guys think? Honestly, truly, this has been a great time. I think the first thing I'm going to work on once we get done with this situation here is a mobile hotspot so I can take you guys along for the driving too. I think that'll be a great component. Yeah, look at these winds. We're really getting up here now. Now we're really starting to gust more consistently. The sustained winds look like they just jumped up again as well. We got like a little bit of action going on. I can see some palm fronds are coming down over here. This street sign right here is bent. This one right over here is bent. It's kind of off kilter now. It wasn't like that a couple minutes ago. And it's very hard to see, but in that intersection right over here, there's actually little bits of palm fronds that are coming down and littering the street. Yeah, we got some decent sustained winds. I mean, this goes to show that the HRRR definitely verified really well. What time will the severe weather roll into Dana Beach or Fort Lauderdale areas? Because today we only saw a rain band. See, I want to know if this is actually working, because part of me feels like this is not working. It might not actually be plugged in, unfortunately, because this is supposed to help get rid of that wind noise. Because, yeah, that's another thing, too. If I'm competing with the wind, that's only going to make it more difficult to understand me. I'll turn this way, so hopefully the wind isn't too bad now. Yeah, winds are definitely picking up, though. Really picking up. You guys can see it right here. There's a really good indication right here that we have all that onshore flow kicking through. The rain is nearly all horizontal at this point. Let me see. Maybe I actually turned it off. It's not connected. I might have to switch lapel mics. Rain's starting to increase now. It looks like we're getting another wave of rainfall in through here. You guys can see it right here. Rain is starting to pick up. Winds are starting to pick up really good. There's a lot of folks on the road still, too. I mean, like, look at this. It looks like business as usual. There's a lot of people out here still. Yeah, check this out. We're really getting into it now. Some good winds. Really blowing, really blowing. This right here would be a perfect example of tropical storm level winds. Let's go stand in it real quick. Yeah, here we go. Rain kind of stings, very subtly. Not too crazy, though. definitely tropical storm level conditions. Look at the winds blowing down there. I don't know if you guys can see. Really picking up now. We're getting some good steam off of this. Really good onshore flow. Maybe I should have stuck to my guns then from what you're saying. How close are we? That Gulf Stream is probably helping to enhance the situation. Look at the winds blowing right behind me. Gulf Stream is probably helping to enhance the thunderstorm threat along the east side. Stand right here. I'll get out of the, there we go. The wind has stopped altogether. But winds in Fort Lauderdale could get a little stronger than what we're seeing out here. Out here, we're probably approaching the 40, 50 mile an hour threshold, maybe within the 50 mile an hour gust threshold. You can see it whipping behind me. It's really ripping now. But Fort Lauderdale could definitely be in excess of 50 miles an hour, possibly a little bit greater than that, because of that onshore component around the pressure gradient. Because you still have the easterly winds off of the high pressure to our north and east, over the mid-Atlantic and northeastern United States. Wind tunnel's really going for it now. Look at that. Yeah, we're definitely pretty good winds now. I think now we are honestly sustained at 40. I'm going to use this street light as my reference point. I want to say we are now at about 40 mile an hour sustained winds. At least it feels that way. I'm going to definitely have to load up on the vitamin C after this. I can feel myself getting chilled. No signs of power outages along the Bay Area, though. That's a good sign. Get just some wind tunnel action right here. The winds out here, I want to say we are right about at the 35, 40 mile an hour sustained point. Gusts are getting a little bit higher than tropical storm strength. The light pole as my vantage point once again. If you look, I got water on the lens. You can definitely see it blowing really good. I also hate to say it, guys, but we're pushing the end of the live stream. I'm at 10% on this phone. Probably gonna have to retreat back to the car. I think what I'm going to try to do is take you guys along for a little bit more of the drive, and we'll drive around Tampa Bay a little bit where the 5G service is really good. Look at these palms really going. Back over here too, you can still see the winds really coming in strong. You can probably hear it now. Let's jump in the car. I gotta get this thing on a charger before I lose the stream. Ugh. All right. Not too bad over here. No, not really badly flooding. Okay. This car is going to need a deep cleaning after this. This way it doesn't get mildewy in here. Might just throw this in the hatch because there's a lot of water all over it. There we go. Let me get where are my keys? Oh boy, where are my keys? Did I accidentally leave them in my pocket when I threw them? I think I did. State Guard, National Guard, really? It is definitely getting sporty. I'll be right back, guys. Stay on the stream. I gotta go check my pocket in the hatch, see if I left my keys in there. know if you guys can see me back here. Definitely left my keys in the pocket. Getting blasted with rain right now. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need lots of vitamin C after this. Getting the trademark runny nose. Whoops, sorry guys. Camera's a little foggy. There we go, that's a little bit better. Take this off, replace it with this. There we go. All right, we're charging. All right. Let me see if we're not going to lose signal. I'll try to pull us up against the bay. Shucks, and I left my other lapel mic on that flippin' whatchamacallit in my on my jacket. Gonna need to grab that here momentarily. All right. Turn down this light a little bit. How's that? You guys can still see okay, right? Now I actually want some heat in here. Can't sleep with this stuff. Wind is really picking up now. I'm going to try to bring us up close to the actual waterfront real quick. See if we won't lose service. We shouldn't lose connectivity. YouTube is a little sensitive, but it isn't that sensitive. Strong storms coming towards Tampa. You see, this is what I was talking about. I don't like how these windows are fogging up. Got lots of standing water right here. Lots of standing water right here. I do have the defroster on. The problem is, since this thing blows nothing but hot air all the time, it can only do so much. Alrighty, Brooke, no problem. We're going to get close to wrapping up anyways. So just so you guys know geographically where I am, we're on Bayshore Boulevard. I'm looking at the street sign right in front of me right here. Is that somebody behind me? I can't tell. We're going to go down the boulevard. Rain's kind of slowed down again. Onshore flow has kind of calmed down a little bit. I'm looking at the trees and everything. Not too crazy. All the lights are still on. I don't see any lightning out there whatsoever. Oh God, we got this big old lifted truck here. Yeah, if anything, if that's the case and what HRRR is showing, things firing back up around sunrise, honestly, I do think sunrise is going to be our best bet once again. See if there's a bit of a break in all this, not only mid to upper level cloud, but all this cold air that's moving through. We might get a little bit of a resurgence tomorrow morning. That might be a good time to reevaluate chase mode and go back into it. We'll see what happens. I'm unfortunately probably going to miss church tomorrow. Yeah, the rain is almost altogether stopped. I could roll down my window if I wanted to. Don't see anything too crazy on the horizon. Then again, there's really not much of a horizon. The lights are lighting up the clouds over this direction. I'm definitely going to stop for some grub here very soon. Just been living off of, well, surviving off of Wawa snacks. You should head to Fort Lauderdale. Be careful. Lots of roads flood in Tampa. Be careful on Bayshore Boulevard to know exactly where you are. Okay. That's kind of what we saw happening back there where I was posted up. Yeah, see, there's some like little bits of storm debris around here. I'm seeing palms, palm fronds, some loose twigs and branches in the middle of the street piling up against the fence right here. I feel like I'm going to piss people off going as slow as I am, even though I'm doing the speed limit right now. Fort Myers about to get hit. Is it bad down there in Fort Myers? The big question is, do you guys see any actual tornado-warned storms out there? That's the big question. That's got to be a pretty cool view. They had a lit up deck and a Tampa Bay Lightning flag on their deck, back porch, backyard, whatever you want to call it. Welcome to Bayshore Beautiful, Canterbury Tower. For those of you who are native to the Tampa Bay area, I'm passing all these areas. West Waverly Avenue. Some pretty nice areas out here, not gonna lie. I've never really gone through and explored the greater Tampa area. I've always ever just passed through it or stayed elsewhere. Damn, my ears are cold. My ears are very cold. We must be in a lull because there's no rain falling at all now. Riverview showing strong rotating storm. Is it actually rotating? Are you looking at the velocity? I'm keeping a close eye out for flooding. There's really no rain falling right now, truthfully. No rain at all. I'm gonna roll down the window again, as a matter of fact. Bay is right up beside me right here. The bay is literally right here. Looks like there might be some heavier rain falling out offshore. Some of the flashing lights out there I see are kind of hazy, like they've got rain falling. Ooh, lots of white caps. Actually, guys, I want to pull over here in a second, see if we can get up there, up near the coast. Lots of good white caps, though. The sea is very rough. Sea is very aggressive. Let me see if there's a place I can pull over and try to just book it across the street really fast without getting hit by a car. Let's see. There's got to be a place I can pull off. Let's try right over here. See if I can go in here. Villa Rosa Park. Winds are picking up a little bit again. Let's see. I'm going to try to leave the car right here. I'm going to throw the hazards on. Nobody better get upset at me. All right, now we're doing some hood rat storm chasing stuff. Now that the rain has kind of subsided a little bit, I'm going to leave the car running. And let me see if I can take you guys over there real quick so we can get a shot of the bay. Oh, winds are blowing again. Winds are really blowing. All right, let's do this. So yeah, this is a really cool shot right here. So check this out. There is, where is it? I lost it. There is Tampa. That's downtown Tampa right there. So that gives you a good idea of where we are right now. I'm going to try to book it across the street. My car's posted up in this little neighborhood right here. Get you guys a shot of the actual bay. Here we go. Here we go, yep. Bay is right here. You can definitely tell that the water is trying to come in. Not a crazy looking kind of surge. the water is definitely being pushed in. You can see lots of the white caps. Really choppy waves. The camera might be doing a great job of picking it up, but you can definitely see how aggressive the sea is right now. You don't want to be out on this right now. Really cool shot of this though. Look at that. Really wonderful view. Really awesome. Look at the skyline right here. Very nice, very nice. Definitely worth it. Did we see a lot of really severe weather? No, but this has been a really cool experience. Definitely beats the heck out of sitting in an armchair and looking at things on a computer, you know? Getting right up on the front lines. But yeah, this is the bay. This is Tampa Bay right here. Right over top, or right over my shoulder here. And this gives you an idea how strong the winds are blowing because of how choppy it is. All the white caps that you guys may or may not be seeing that the camera's picking up on. Oh yeah. You guys see that? Is that picking up okay? Right over there, yeah. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. There's definitely some water pressure. Look at those white caps too. The white caps are actually very intense. In the dark, it doesn't do it justice. Down over there, pointing right in this general area, easily reaching 3-4 foot swell right up against that seawall. So yeah, very choppy surf. Not a real bad storm surge. Let's start making our way across the street again before my car gets taken. Not a bad storm surge or anything like that, but definitely seeing 3-4 foot swells right up against the Tampa Bay seawall right there. All right, here we go. Before I make somebody mad. This is a really nice area too. What coolers here? Feels good in here. Plug the charger back in. Yes, it's available. Let's override water in the charging port. Okay. All right. Back in the Weather Center mobile. Glad I caught that on camera though. Some pretty impressive waves crashing up against the seawall. That bay is definitely angry. Let me stop sipping an energy drink and have some water, especially now that I see Carmen is in the chat. I'm not sure how far Thomasville is. Let's go back up against the bay though, see if I can park somewhere a little bit more convenient. Show you guys the water again. I'll roll down the window. Forgive me if it gets a little windy. I just want to be able to see. I apologize, whoever's really, really nice house this is. I'm pulling into your driveway so I can do a 3-point reversal. Get out of here. Thomasville, though, I'm not too sure where that is in relation to where I am right now. A little bit of storm debris down in the road right here. Rain's coming back. Rain's really starting to come back. I got back in the car at a good time. Time to roll the window up again. Oh, whoops, I still have my hazards on. Alrighty, folks. Ooh, lots of palm fronds down right here. I'm going to try to flip a U-ey here and then take us right back around the bay again. Let's see see, can I flip a U-turn here? Are you guys going that way? Let's see if I can. This car's turning radius is fairly miserable. We gonna make it? We gonna make it? We gonna make it? Yeah, we made it. Cool. Rain's suddenly coming back up big time now. It's starting to get hard again. Maybe I won't be able to stop and show you guys the bay now without throwing the rain gear back on. Yeah, I was gonna say, for you guys mentioning rotating storms and whatnot, not that I'm, taking away from what you're observing, because obviously I'm not looking at satellite or radar, but the last time I had glanced at it, even on approach to the Tampa area, nothing really substantial stuck out to me. It was very washed out, very blended together. Nothing too crazy. Go to Ballast Point. What is Ballast Point? If anything, I would honestly argue that right now East Florida is probably seeing a greater tornado threat and a greater sheared environment for severe weather. Broad rotation at least. Park on the water in the South Tampa. Yeah, the winds are getting going again. I can see street signs and the traffic lights in front of me wobbling and wiggling and flopping around. Oh yeah, winds are really blowing right now. This is where I just was. We'll go a little further and see if there's anywhere better we can park off. Alrighty guys, truthfully, I think what I'm going to end up doing now is warming up a little bit, finally getting a charge on my phone, and getting ready to pack it in. I think we're going to start headed back towards the Polk County, Davenport, Haines City area, and we'll reevaluate or reassess on another live stream tomorrow morning, kind of see what the status of everything is from home base. I definitely need to eat something here very soon. Yeah, judging from what I'm seeing out and about, I don't think we're really going to have anything severe push through. I think right now we're more or less starting to get into the brunt of it. It's 10 o'clock, 3Z, so between 0 and 5 was when the most hellacious stuff was supposed to happen for Southwest and West Florida. I mean, the winds are definitely picking up right now, that's for certain, but they're not extremely extravagant right now. Rain's definitely coming down though. Kevin, are you asking here? Because, honestly, in the grand scheme, if I'm being totally blunt with you guys, this is kind of like just some traditional Florida weather I'm driving through right now. I'm approaching the greater Tampa area again, the skyline shots that we've got. Naz, you kick butt tonight. Stoked to have been along for the first run. Yes. Thank you to all of you guys who are in the stream right now, who've been keeping up with my updates, who were tuning in up to this point. Like I had mentioned earlier when we were out there looking at the bay, even though we haven't really seen anything extremely crazy go on, I mean, there were some pretty spooky moments. I-75 was probably the scariest part of this whole storm chase. Had to avoid a few different accidents at the time, and saw multiple bad accidents for that matter. People in ditches, cars overturned. All in all, it was a pretty worthwhile experience. I have no regrets coming out and doing this. None whatsoever. Do I think the areas that we targeted were a bust? I would think so, yeah, a little bit of a bust. I think we probably should have maybe stuck around the weather center a little bit longer, did some careful analysis, and then started, whoa. I definitely think we should have stayed around the weather center and did a little bit more. My heart almost jumped out of my chest right now. Hit a lot of standing water in the car, hydroplane for a brief second. But definitely could have stuck around the weather center for a little bit longer, did some more careful analysis of where it is everything was unfolding, and then maybe nailed down a better target region before jumping way down to the south. Had we started in Tampa, we probably could have done what we did earlier from down near Fort Myers, Sarasota, and relocated further to the north of here. And damn, more water. I'm starting to hit water in the roadway, and this car does not like it. I got to be cognizant of that, because I mean, even though we're not lowered and I have my hydro shielding on, I still don't want to get submerged. Are we hailing? Hold up. No, it can't be hailing. There's no way it's hailing. Doesn't sound like it, but I see little pellets on the ground right now. There's no way it's hailing. Am I seeing things? There's nobody behind me. I'm about to stop off and open the door. I'm not seeing it anymore. Maybe it was just that little brief instance. But, let's see. I'm starting to see there's someone coming up behind me, of course. I wonder if it was hail back there, just a small little instance of it. So I definitely recognize hail when I see it. Seemed like there was stuff bouncing off the ground for a second there. Yeah, I'm gonna let this person's riding my ass. I don't understand why. We're in a clear roadway right now, dude or ma'am. Just go around me. Now I gotta get out of your way for no reason. Alright, never mind. I'm not gonna stop off anytime soon. Pulling up to the Tampa Convention Center right now. I see it right in front of me. Traffic has finally fully died down, except for this one person that's right behind me. I gotta kill the heat now. It's starting to get hot in here. Pulling my phone over here so it doesn't overheat. Going over Convention Center drawbridge. Going through a tunnel with the convention center. Now all of a sudden traffic picked back up again. There we go. All right. Mick and Marley, thank you very much for that donation. Wow. I'm definitely going to take your advice and go get a little bit of bite to eat before we close out the stream. Oh, maybe that's what we were just witnessing then, because it definitely looked like there were just some very small pea-sized pellets that were bouncing off the floor for a period there. Definitely seemed like it. I've been through hail, and I've driven through hail, and I've been outside in hail before. And that's what it looked like. There were small little pellets on the ground and bouncing off the floor, and it sounded like little dings hitting the car. What are these people doing in front of me right now? Wow, wow. What? People acting a fool driving right now, and then this Toyota Camry's gonna cut me off. Come on over if you're coming over. Now the truck's cutting you off. I honestly can't see the lanes right now. Oh, I'm pulling up to a yard house. Maybe I'll go sit down, one-person table or a one-person party. Differential reflectivity is an excellent resource. Oh, I'm in the left turn lane. Is an excellent resource for finding whatchamacallit, hail. We used to use that a lot when I was in Air Force weather. Differential reflectivity, the ZDR, and then the VIL was also a good indicator of if we had hail, or VIL density especially was a good indicator if there was hail. Starting to fog up again already. I'm going to find a safe place to pull off in a moment and kind of get ready to close out the stream. I know we have a lot of people watching right now, but I think this is just about it. I'd like to take a glance at a few things myself and make a determination of where it is I'm going to go next. But I do think we're going to get ready to wrap up the chase, guys. How do I send you money via PayPal or Cash App instead? I'm not too sure what my Cash App username is, but if you want my PayPal, my phone number is, well, actually, let me not put my phone number out on, whoops, I'm not in the lane. Let me not put my phone number out on a live stream here. Is this parking right here? Can I pull in here real quick? Yes, I can. Here we go. Very good. I feel like I'm about to do a drug deal underneath an overpass like this. There we go, and I can open up the window too. Let me type my let's see, live chat. Can I type in the chat here? Nope, I can't type. It's not gonna let me type. Well, either way, my PayPal email is itzflex31@gmail.com if you'd like to send me a little something. Come onshore off of Venice, coming to you. Dang, that's where we just were. We were down in Venice. I can put it in the description. Got to get an option. I hate giving YouTube a portion of donations. Yeah, I do agree with that. This will probably be the last stream of the evening. Yeah, I'm going to start headed home. Start headed back towards Polk County. So we can go ahead and reassess what tomorrow morning is going to look like and what the rest of the day tomorrow is. Yeah, there's still crazy driving even after 10 p.m. out here. Almost out of my second bang. Thank you. I see you guys watching, Shortcake08. Pretty sure that's my parents watching, as a matter of fact, from out in Arizona. I don't think there were any tornado-warned storms. Another reason why I'm getting ready to call it, because by now I would have imagined we'd be under a tornado watch if official sources thought there was any threat. I don't know. I guess people are still out and about trying to go to the club or trying to do something tonight. It's Saturday night, so I mean, you can't really fault them too much. But yes, Fort Lauderdale, over the next few hours, you're going to see an increase in the possible severe weather threat, at least based off of what I saw. There's going to be a lot of instability associated with the Gulf Stream and how the showers are going to roll over top of that. And that's where most of our unstable air and environment is likely to be, off the southeast and then further to the north up the Gulf Stream. And that's what's going to help to intensify some of our storm systems as they move towards the Carolinas. Oh yeah, you guys, I'll definitely update when we get home. It's fully overnight. Watch will likely come out within an hour if they do it. Yeah. Love you guys too, Mom and Dad watching. Watching out in Arizona. Well, because if the threat will likely be continuing throughout the night. You know, truthfully, the main reason I'm thinking of calling it is our target areas were kind of busted. And from here on out, I mean, maybe we might see some stuff rolling inland. I don't have access to a radar or satellite right now, so you guys have the better judgment than I do. Just based off of what I'm seeing here, though, the rain is slowing down. We're kind of just misting or drizzling right now. I'm looking over here in between the overpasses. So nothing to really determine right now that we're really going to see stuff pop off here in Tampa anyways. And my battery is starting to run low in terms of physically if I have enough in me to go any further. Because we've been at it since 2 o'clock, so we've pulled an 8-hour shift basically. Let me see if it'll let me. Tallahassee, maybe. I'm very concerned about the East Coast. I truthfully think that maybe we should have stuck to those that brief discussion we had before hitting the road and targeted Southeast Florida. So yeah, I mean, maybe once I end this live stream, I'll take a look at everything and maybe make a judgment. Oh, excuse me. Maybe make a judgment as to whether or not we're going to keep going. Eden Rama, how did you manage to spam the chat? I'm about to make you a mod, honestly. Eden Rama, why are we spamming? Can you please stop? Oh boy, he's not gonna stop. Thank you. Get him out of here. We don't have any mods, unfortunately. I'm a one-man army. It's another reason why it's a little difficult balancing the chat sometimes. What will YouTube do? There we go. There we go. Timed out. Timed out. We got him. I got him, guys. I don't know what the heck that was. But, yeah, I just put him in timeout according to whatchamacallit, YouTube. Dang, what a bummer. I really wish, you know, next time definitely have to make sure to get a mobile hotspot and get something to where I can have live data right up alongside me, because I really don't want you should keep going to Fort Lauderdale and wait. That's going to be a hell of a drive from here. That's like a 3-4 hour drive from here. Here, give me 1 second, guys. Getting messages. Oh, God. All right. We're definitely gonna get a moderator in here for sure. Yeah, no, I had to answer some text messages. No, I'm still here. Still here. I'm just answering messages right now. I'm getting messages and whatnot from other folks around the local area. All right. PM, you've officially become a moderator.